Happy blessed Sunday. I'm just getting some R&R. What's going on? Watching me some forensic files. I enjoy the show. It's very informative. It helps you, especially if you have a healthcare background. It's very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, guys, I'm just watching um, this show. I haven't been really paying attention to what's going on, but it seems interesting. So I'm just gonna focus on that for a little bit. Just getting some R&R. It was a hot day today. But yeah, guys, I was just sharing with y'all a video earlier about the news, staying up to date with what's going on in the news. Um, I remember back in days, when you used to come home 5 o'clock, you used to sit down and watch the news. Now you get the news right on your phone, but still, it's good to just sit down and pay attention to what's going on in the news, what's going on with your laws in your state, and stuff like that. Okay, I believe this guy was getting a divorce, and somehow he died from some type of drugging. Um, he didn't. Somehow they must have set it up to make it seem like he killed himself. They poisoned him. So, just be very careful, guys. It's just people are not kind, all right? That's the show. I love watching the show because it helps you stay alert with your own surroundings, alert with who you are surrounded with. People can pretend that they love you. People can pretend like they're there for you and help you and all that stuff. And all the while, they're stabbing you in the back. They're trying to harm you. They're trying to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I know. I'm a person who has been um, stabbed in the back, poisoned, you know, beat up and all that kind of jump, double team, all of that. I've gotten it all, guys. I'm in my 50s, so I've lived a very interesting life. That's why I have a lot to say because I be trying to help somebody else. Like I know what it's like to, not have people on your side, not a lot of people on your side, but I have the ones that are important to me on my side. But the people that I realized that it took some time, it took some years to figure out, they weren't for you. They were pretenders. So be careful, guys. Men will pretend, women will pretend to love you and be there for you. And then all in all, they're cheating on you. They're stabbing you in the back. They're gossiping about you. They're telling people your every move. People are, you got to know who to trust. You got to know who to love. And you got to know who to fall in love with because some of these people are really out to get you. And you have to be able to have some type of discernment and ask God to protect you, to keep you safe, to keep you, you know what I'm saying, positive, because there's a lot of people be out here, they be setting you up, trying to hurt you, trying to harm you, get jealous of you or anything, or just don't like you. They don't have to be jealous of you. They may not even like your family member. And because they don't like your family member, they'll take it out on you. So they'll lie on you, they'll stab you in the back, they'll pretend to date you, and all the while they're dating other people behind your back. Man, these people are treacherous. These people can be treacherous, okay? So when you figure out why I be talking about gang stalking, honeypots, and TIs and targeted individuals and stuff, half of these people are putting the cops on you for no reason, just because they want to manipulate you. Stay away from narcissistic people. I'm telling you, people, you will see if you just sit back. Like, I like to just sit back and see what's going on in anything, okay, instead of just jumping and having a reaction to every little thing. You got to sit back and observe your surroundings, because you'll start seeing who the people are who have been really trying to manipulate you, or people who have been targeting you. You will really start putting pieces together and seeing who is for you and who is against you. And before you know it, you'll end up seeing, oh, that's what it is. Oh, this is what it is. Oh, they're friends. Oh my God, they're hanging out together. Oh goodness. They're teaming up against me. Yeah, sometimes when you think this, it's true, but you have to put in your test. Like people say, test the things out before you jump to conclusions. Like you can't just jump to a conclusion and not put in a test. You can't test. You have to test yourself, right? Okay, you can't, like, just like when you're finishing up your degree, your bachelor's degree, you had at the end of your bachelor's studies, you're going to have to take that last 6 credit course or that last thesis course, right? And what that is, and then you have to do your internship, right? So when you're doing your internship, it's like you're taking a test, you're testing the waters out to see if it's for you, to see if it resonates with you, to see if you even like what you're doing. So that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to sit back and see who are the people for you and who are the people that is working against you. Listen, I'm a child of the Most High God. I'm a chosen one. I consider that, have always said that about myself. I have always thought highly of myself in a positive way, not a non-humble way. Very humbly do I consider myself a child of the Most High, because in His Word He tells us we are made uniquely and wonderfully made. And when we believe that, we should have ourselves, you know, think of ourselves as good people, doing the right thing, being humble, sharing, loving, and not backstabbing people, not trying to pretend like you're for them and you're not, and you're out here messing with the person's enemies, or you're up here talking about the person behind their back, you're stabbing those people like that. Those are demonic beings. You have to stay away from it. God warned us about these abominations. People who do that are an abomination that the Bible speaks of, right? So you have to make sure your mindset is positive. Your mindset is to do good. Mindset is to be fair. Your mindset is to be loving and kind and be honest, right? Because when you do those things, you're pleasing God. When you're loving, you're honest, you're kind, you're going to be in a relationship with a person, and it's going to be only them. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to be playing behind this person's back. Or if you're going to be in a friendship with someone, you're not going to be going behind your friend's back talking to her enemies or his enemies about your friend. Do you see what I'm saying? And when you're on a job, you are there to work and help the company, not to be slandered, not to be discriminated against, not to be harassed. You see what I'm saying? Your job as a chosen one is to be honest, to be fair, to be good, to be kind, to be humble, to be loving, and to share the word and to speak the truth. Even if it's uncomfortable, you still have to speak the truth, because the truth sets us free. The truth sets people free, and people don't want to tell the truth about things. That's why they get in these relationships and it's all madness, because it's one person in that relationship that is not truthful. People get in friendships, people get, in entanglements, and the other person is not being who they say they are. So God wants us to be loving, kind, honest, straightforward, transparent to a certain extent. But He also wants us to do good, be fair to others. You know what I'm saying? Be loving and kind. You know what I'm saying? But He also wants us to be strong and true. Meaning, if someone comes to you to attack you, you have to defend yourself. You have to defend your life. You have to defend your property. You have to defend your children. You have to defend your family. You have to defend your assets. You have to defend your finances. You have to. You have to defend your parents. You get what I'm saying? I hope this is resonating with someone. You know. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to come on and just share my you know my my thoughts, my inspiration. What God put in on my heart to talk about, because I am human and I go through things. I'm not perfect. I always tell you guys that I'm not perfect. But one thing I do know, I am a good person. I have a heart. I have feelings, and I don't do people wrong. And if I do people wrong, I tell them I'm sorry. I ask them for forgiveness, and I don't do that mistake again. You get what I'm saying? So when you feel that you can't honor your forgiveness when you ask for it, and you do something again, then you need to work on it. Okay, you need to work on yourself. So mindset is everything, but put God first in everything that you do. He'll help you with the situation you're going through. Don't worry how it may seem right now. God is going to put you where you need to be. And when you figure out where you need to be, that's where you're going to be. That's the quote of the day. When you figure it out where you need to be, that's where you're going to be. I'm going to say that for a whole week. I might need to write that down because I might forget it. If you figure out where you need to be, you're going to be there, okay? And I know I just changed it. But when you figure out where you need to be, that's where you're going to be, okay? When you figure it out, when God says, okay, now is the time. So the quote of the day, the quote of the week, I'm going to try to say every time I go online for this whole week is, when you figure out where you need to be, that's where you'll be, okay? With the help of Most High God. On that note, peace and blessings. Don't forget Bronze Media Group, podcast, talk show, chit chat channel.